Are you ready to uncover the shocking truth behind America's most racist small towns? From hidden hate groups to blatant discrimination, these towns will leave you speechless. Stay tuned, because what you're about to see will change the way you think about small-town America forever. Welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss out on our eye-opening content. Today, we're diving deep into the dark underbelly of the United States, revealing the top 15 most racist small towns. This isn't just about history. It's about the ongoing struggles and systemic issues that still plague these communities. Let's get started. Racism in America has deep roots, and while we often hear about the struggles in major cities, it's the small towns where prejudice can be most insidious. These places often go unnoticed, their stories untold. But in these quiet corners of the country, racism can be even more pronounced, affecting every aspect of life from schools to law enforcement to everyday interactions. Our journey today will take us through the towns where hate groups have thrived, where people of color have been unwelcome, and where the scars of the past are still very much visible in the present. 1. Harrison, Arkansas. Harrison, Arkansas, is often referred to as the most racist town in America, a title that comes with a troubling history and ongoing issues. The town gained notoriety as the headquarters of the Ku Klux Klan, and despite efforts to distance itself from this dark past, the legacy of hate still lingers. Residents of color frequently report feeling unwelcome and unsafe, facing everything from subtle discrimination to overt harassment. Harrison's struggle to shed its racist image is evident in the community's divided response to efforts at promoting diversity and inclusion. While some residents work tirelessly to change the town's reputation, others cling to the prejudices that have long defined it. 2. Vidor, Texas. Vidor, Texas, carries the heavy burden of its history as a sundown town, where African Americans were once warned not to be present after dark. This policy of exclusion has left deep scars, and even though such laws are no longer in place, the town's reputation for racism persists. Efforts to integrate the community have been met with resistance, and incidents of racial tension are not uncommon. Vidor's journey towards becoming a more inclusive place is fraught with challenges, as the legacy of its past continues to influence the attitudes and behaviors of its residents. Despite these hurdles, there are those within Vidor who are dedicated to fostering a more welcoming environment for all. 3. Forsyth, Georgia. Forsyth, Georgia, is infamous for the violent expulsion of its black residents in 1912, an event that left a lasting impact on the town's demographic and social landscape. The scars of this atrocity are still visible today, as Forsyth remains predominantly white, with deep-seated racial divides that continue to affect community relations. Efforts to reconcile with this past have been slow and contentious, with some residents pushing for acknowledgement and change, while others prefer to maintain the status quo. The struggle for racial justice in Forsyth is a stark reminder of how historical events can shape the present and challenge the future of a community. 4. Cicero, Illinois. Cicero, Illinois, has a notorious history marked by the 1951 race riots, which were sparked by the violent reaction to an African American family moving into a white neighborhood. This event highlighted the deep racial tensions that existed in the town and set the stage for decades of segregation and discrimination. Although Cicero has made some progress in diversifying its population, the remnants of its racist past continue to influence its social fabric. Incidents of racial profiling and discrimination still occur, reflecting the ongoing struggle to overcome the legacy of segregation. The story of Cicero is a testament to the enduring impact of historical racism and the need for continued efforts towards equality and inclusion. 5. Maricopa, Arizona. Maricopa, Arizona, might not be as widely known as some other towns on this list, but its history and present-day issues are no less concerning. The town has been criticized for its treatment of Native American and Hispanic communities, with reports of discrimination in housing, employment, and law enforcement. The presence of white supremacist groups in the area further exacerbates these tensions, creating an environment where minority residents often feel marginalized and threatened. Efforts to address these issues have been met with mixed reactions, as the community grapples with its identity and the challenges of fostering a more inclusive atmosphere. 6. Pine Bluff, Arkansas. Pine Bluff, Arkansas, is a town with a complex history of racial relations. Once a thriving center for African American culture and business, it has faced significant challenges in recent decades. Economic decline and social strife have disproportionately affected the town's black population, leading to high levels of poverty and crime. The local government and law enforcement have been accused of discriminatory practices, exacerbating the sense of injustice and inequality. Despite these challenges, Pine Bluff is home to numerous community leaders and organizations dedicated to revitalizing the town and promoting racial harmony. Their efforts are a beacon of hope in a town struggling to overcome its past and present difficulties. 7. Videlia, Georgia. Videlia, Georgia, is known for its sweet onions, but the town's history includes a bitter legacy of racial discrimination. African American residents have long faced barriers in housing, education, and employment, with systemic racism deeply embedded in the community's institutions. While Videlia has made strides in recent years towards greater inclusivity, significant challenges remain. Incidents of racial tension and prejudice are still reported, highlighting the ongoing struggle for equality. The town's efforts to address these issues are crucial in building a more just and welcoming community for all its residents. 8. Araka, Arizona. Araka, Arizona, is a small town near the Mexican border that has become a focal point for tensions over immigration and race. The town's proximity to the border has led to a significant presence of Border Patrol and vigilante groups, creating a climate of fear and suspicion towards Hispanic residents and migrants. Reports of racial profiling and harassment are common, and the community is deeply divided over issues of immigration and race. Despite these challenges, there are many in Araka who are working to bridge these divides and promote understanding and cooperation between different groups. Their efforts are a testament to the resilience and determination of those seeking to create a more inclusive community. 9. West Monroe, Louisiana. West Monroe, Louisiana, is a town with a long history of racial segregation and discrimination. African American residents have faced systemic barriers in education, housing, and employment, leading to significant disparities in income and quality of life. The town's history of racial violence, including lynchings and other acts of terror, has left deep scars that continue to affect community relations. Efforts to address these issues have been met with resistance, as some residents cling to the prejudices of the past. However, there are also many in West Monroe who are dedicated to promoting racial justice and healing the divisions within their community. Their work is crucial in building a more equitable and inclusive town. 10. Nampa, Idaho. Nampa, Idaho, has a history of racial exclusion that dates back to its founding. The town's demographics have long been predominantly white, and minority residents have often faced significant challenges in gaining acceptance and equal treatment. Reports of discrimination in housing, employment, and education are common, reflecting the deeply ingrained prejudices that persist in the community. Despite these challenges, Nampa is home to a growing number of activists and community leaders who are working to promote diversity and inclusion. Their efforts are helping to create a more welcoming and equitable environment for all residents, but significant work remains to be done. 11. McFarland, California. McFarland, California, is a town with a majority Hispanic population, yet racial tensions remain a significant issue. Discrimination against Hispanic residents in housing, employment, and education is a persistent problem, exacerbated by the presence of anti-immigrant sentiment in the area. The town's agricultural economy relies heavily on migrant labor, yet these workers often face harsh conditions and limited opportunities for advancement. Efforts to address these issues are ongoing, with many community leaders and organizations working to improve conditions and promote greater understanding and cooperation between different groups. The story of McFarland is a testament to the challenges and resilience of those fighting for a more just and equitable community. 12. Scottsboro, Alabama. Scottsboro, Alabama, is known for the infamous Scottsboro Boys case, where 9 African American teenagers were falsely accused of raping 2 white women in 1931. This case highlighted the deep racial injustices of the time and left a lasting impact on the town. Today, Scottsboro continues to grapple with the legacy of this case and its broader history of racial discrimination. African American residents often face barriers in housing, employment, and education, reflecting the ongoing challenges of systemic racism. However, there are many in Scottsboro who are committed to promoting racial justice and healing the wounds of the past. Their efforts are crucial in building a more inclusive and equitable community. 13. Corbin, Kentucky. Corbin, Kentucky, has a dark history of racial violence, including the expulsion of African American residents in 1919. This event, known as the Corbin expulsion, left a deep scar on the town and its social fabric. Today, Corbin remains predominantly white, with significant challenges in overcoming its racist past. Incidents of racial discrimination and tension are still reported, reflecting the ongoing struggle for equality. Despite these challenges, there are many in Corbin who are working to promote diversity and inclusion, striving to create a more welcoming community for all residents. Their efforts are a crucial part of the town's journey towards reconciliation and justice. 14. Anna, Illinois. Anna, Illinois, is often referred to as a sundown town, where African Americans were historically warned not to be present after dark. This policy of exclusion has left a lasting impact on the town's demographics and social dynamics. Today, Anna remains predominantly white, with significant challenges in addressing its racist past. Reports of discrimination and racial tension are not uncommon, highlighting the ongoing struggle for equality and justice. Despite these challenges, there are many in Anna who are dedicated to fostering a more inclusive and welcoming community. Their efforts are crucial in building a more equitable town and addressing the legacy of discrimination. 15. Paris, Texas. Paris, Texas, has a troubling history of racial violence, including lynchings and other acts of terror against African American residents. This legacy of violence has left deep scars on the community, affecting its social and economic dynamics. Today, Paris continues to struggle with the remnants of its violent past. African American residents face significant barriers in housing, employment, and education. With systemic racism deeply embedded in the town's institutions, incidents of racial profiling and discrimination are still reported, creating an environment where many feel marginalized and unwelcome. Despite these challenges, there are individuals and organizations within Paris that are dedicated to promoting racial justice and reconciliation. Their work is crucial in addressing the deep-seated issues of racism and building a more inclusive community. And there you have it, the top 15 most racist small towns in the USA. These places serve as a reminder that while we've made significant strides in the fight against racism, there's still much work to be done. If you found this video eye-opening, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you never miss our latest videos. Thanks for watching.